So we are the founders of EmpowHER VR, and my background is actually in user experience. And
I'm a neuroscientist and VR researcher. And today we're gonna try to explore
the new Facebook Spaces. So I haven't set up my brand new avatar yet, but we are going to go through the entire experience of setting up a new avatar using my profile, and we'll give some commentary on it just to check out how it is.
Yeah, we want to talk about avatars and what they do to brains, and a little bit about, is this actually empowering for women? This is our I guess, what are we now, Zach?
Our
EmpowHER, yeah.
Yes.
EmpowHER is about how can we use
virtual reality
to empower women, and this is a really important thing for us. We want this new immersive technology to give us more abilities and strengthen us in our daily lives. This is sort of the focus.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's get in and see what you see.
All right. So since I haven't set this up before, I did set up an old avatar, but this is a very brand new one, so I'm completely starting from scratch. But I do like how they still set up my current profile photos that they took from my profile. And let's see what we're going to start off with. I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous if this is actually streaming or not. That's mostly what I'm nervous about.
So hopefully it does work, but so far, let's see. What would be... I could start off with this. Oh, my eyes don't look exactly...
Yeah, so they have some type of self-algorithm that's sort of trying to mimic your face. And one of the things I want users to start thinking about when they're experiencing VR is actually how important the avatar that they're embodying is for their brain, and this influence that it can have on brains. When we look at research that's out there, we're seeing VR being utilized to heal and treat disorders like anorexia, because it can actually induce plasticity in brains. So this is very much important when we're choosing avatars. They actually might become part of us, especially if we start using them a lot, right?
Exactly. Because one thing, I guess one thing about like body image and like growing up as a woman, you see a lot of magazines that tell you exactly like this is what a woman looks like. So I feel like that has evolved into more the digital space, and avatars are the new models that we see every day.
Definitely. And one of the good things, by the way, I met with a Facebook Spaces team and their alpha version, and I gave them some feedback about these things. And it is nice to see that some of the things I talked about actually have been implemented. In the previous version, everybody looked like they were 10 years old, basically. And now we're seeing at least a variety of ages. You can choose like different faces. Maybe if you go to like the actual face shape, right?
Yeah.
So you can choose like different face shapes that give you a different type of age look. So that's making it more inclusive for sure.
Yeah. I do notice that a lot of these faces tend to be very over-exaggerated.
Yeah.
So boxy or like square face.
Yeah, it's definitely a caricature, and that's a style choice, and that's, I think, interesting and fun.
Would you say that's important though, to make sure that it looks very cartoony versus real?
So there's a very interesting thing probably that happens with the brain. The closer this is to you, obviously the more believable it will be, and the more transitions you're going to get from the avatar into your daily life. So if we put an exact version of you, there's no real conflict. This is you in regular life. This is you in your VR world. But if we have in VR world something that is, very cute and unrealistic, and you can never actually attain in real life, I see this as a possible problem for the brain, having these two conflicting models of what you actually are. So when I'm in VR, I actually try to not even be human. I like having dinosaur bodies or even objects. I was a lamppost once, which was really fun.
A talking lamppost.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Can we maybe go and see like the different body types? Because you can choose some different body types.
Yeah.
And how is there like UX feeling with like the pointing thing? Does that feel like...
It's pretty intuitive. It's very similar to the last avatar selector. for me is more like I'm kind of almost distracted about trying to find the perfect face shape for me. But there are a few things that are new, like these getting specific adjustments.
Yeah.
So
I'm playing with that. What are we adjusting now?
Really specific.
We're adjusting
my nose.
Your nose. Okay. Let me see. I can't see your nose as in a VR set. So what feels most like your nose?
Ish, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it got bigger.
And do you feel the skin tones or there's enough options to make you feel comfortable and choose a skin tone that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely makes me feel comfortable. Although I am looking at if we're thinking about exact skin color, I feel like this the undertone is not quite as golden as my regular skin tone, but that's being very specific when it comes to talking about like, okay, what is the real skin tone? But I think they cover pretty much a
good variety.
Yeah, they pretty much do. Actually, let's explore this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at like the darker skin, let's see if it'll let me choose. Oh no, it does not let me. Choose.
Now you just changed your.
I did. There we go.
Your chin.
Oh, my eyes.
It's going.
Wait,
like,
this is new.
Yeah,
this is very new.
You can change the.
I like
width of your face.
And I like being able.
What does the other rebel do?
My face.
So you can change the width and the length of your face.
It's not bad. Yeah. But I cannot change the color even more.
Okay.
Because it would be nice to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go to the body type.
Okay.
So I know.
Let's explore. What can you be?
I can't really see how my body is supposed to be.
So you're just gonna get upper body because obviously we don't have feet here.
Wide shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Very triangle.
Yeah. So
I can't really turn to the side, can I?
You're turning it still like just a t-shirt, very genderless, I guess, identity.
What about this?
Is there some type of bulge? I don't know if I would call those breasts or not.
Some.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed with this. I would like, it took me on a personal level like a lot of time to accept the fact that I have breasts, and for a lot of females this is an issue, and finally they're here, and I might want to have them in VR one day too.
Whoa.
Okay. So
but it's really interesting here because now you could really make yourself extremely skinny. I don't know what.
Yeah,
this is
this is like very, very skinny.
This is the extreme skinny, and the question is that realistic for the average skinny?
Yeah, I'm honestly okay. Like I said, you don't have to be realistic. I just want to give users options, and if you give them, if that is the only option, that's a very big problem because, like you said, there's no other role models. There's nothing you can be. That's really erasing people's possible identities, and that can really create a very bad feeling of not belonging in this world, which we don't want to have. That's very unempowering. Can you actually have? I mean, I know, Nelda, in real life you have a very slim and fit body, but let's say you were somebody that's more full-bodied. Is there something there that you think could represent you? Oh, where did we disappear to?
Disappeared. Yes.
Here we go. Do you think one of the body types could actually represent a more full-bodied person?
It would be great to see the options in general.
But is there some type of option there, or are we moving between skinny to more skinny?
Let's see. So we have the adjustments. Okay, let's look at the biggest option we have. So I see.
I think it's like
this one.
The lower. Yeah, this is just like a square one. What was the one on the lower right?
This is more skinny.
Okay, more skinny.
And this one has a bigger,
waistline.
Maybe wider hips. This one has bigger shoulders. This one has the biggest shoulders. Okay, let's make an adjustment. So that is
the most sort of full body. Yeah. I don't know. I would like to see again more options. I don't feel this represents a lot of people. There's a lot of very different body shapes that humans have, and I mean, it feels a little bit like Facebook is trying to erase sexuality in some ways in this app. Like, and I can get that they want this to be a whole family thing,
But at
and
the
not
same
allow, but
but at the same time, you do need to have realistic
definitely,
types.
and having big breasts does not mean you should be a sexualized object, right? And having a full-bodied figure is something that we should have the ability to see, or so in VR. So that's definitely something I think the designers should consider and put in more options. How about clothes and stuff, like accessories? Do you have any interesting things to play with there?
So I think this is pretty much the same. Let's see.
So you can just
have the same type of t-shirt.
Okay, so is there even a different type? No, just like one t-shirt?
It's just the same.
Okay, and you can just choose the colors.
I wish there was some options here.
Yeah.
That looks a little bit more professional, or something that looks a bit more playful, with more personality. There's an option here that says remove decal, but I don't even know what this decal is.
Decal, okay.
No idea what that is. So, but there's also
glasses.
Okay. Let's see what
so something I noticed last version, they had sunglasses, which for me were very good. What happens? For instance, can you just look at the screen for a second? And we're probably gonna see you blink in a moment. Yep.
Oh, I see.
Did you actually blink right now?
Nope.
How did that feel for you? When you see yourself blink and you're not actually blinking, I'm curious.
I feel like that's not me.
You feel that's not you. Exactly.
I've disassociated myself from my avatar.
Exactly. So this is something I was also talking to them about. And you don't really see your own avatar when you're in VR unless you're sort of live streaming or podcasting. But that does happen. And that's probably something you'd want to avoid, giving your brain these two conflicting signals. If you're not blinking, you do not want to see yourself blinking. For your brain, that's very confusing. So when I was using this in the previous version, I always had sunglasses on, so I wouldn't have to get that weird sensation and dissociative feeling. For me, it actually started making me blink. I was in there seeing myself blink, and my eyes started blinking by themselves to try to fit what I'm seeing.
So more like you're replicating this virtual world in your physical world because of that.
Exactly. And these two options are very, brains are very different. So some people might react this way and some people might react the way I did. But neither of these things are very useful or help with immersion. So I would definitely, I don't know what they did with the sunglasses. But if I spend any time in there, I want sunglasses. Bring back the sunglasses. I'm curious why they did that. Maybe there's something about like eyes that are more engaging when you're with others in VR, or make you cute or something. I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately there isn't.
No other options. Okay, let's maybe go into the world for a second. And see, I remember there used to be like some things you could sort of play with there, of like having extra stuff.
Are you talking
so these are just the cameras. Yeah, you can throw we and do nice little things in there.
I'm writing backwards.
Cool. Hello viewers.
That looks backwards. To me.
To you. Yeah, it looks backwards to me too.
Okay.
Is there any other accessories there? Because I remember there used to be. When I was in there, I found something where I could. Oh, no, that's like giving us a screen. We don't want that.
It
just freeze.
And it just froze on us.
Oh, Facebook Spaces just froze. Okay, so I'm gonna restart this. Real technical problems. Program. So maybe come out and you can tell us a little bit about how you feel, and we can. While we restart this.
Are we still streaming?
We're still streaming. Why? Yeah, we can talk about this a little bit while we get Facebook up and running again.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So there's still definitely a playful element coming up with your avatar.
Do you want to try to put your thing in again? Or actually, will people see your password?
No, I don't think so.
It's a star thing. Okay, well now you know Nelda's Facebook user. We can track her down and tell us what you think of this podcast.
Or you can't.
Wait, we're actually not in the thing. We're in the thing. Where are you? Perfect.
There we go. Everybody sees that I went to UCLA.
And I guess maybe just to sum what I saw is like there's been some improvements since the last version, some more diversity that we can get. But I would still want more. I would want to have bodies that actually look female. I want to have bodies that actually are full figured. And I would want to have dinosaurs in there. I don't know why Facebook won't let us be dinosaurs.
More accessories, at least.
And Nilda would want more accessories too. And it is important. When you try to empower someone, you want to give them as many options and choices.
But not too many that it overwhelms them.
That's true. Choice overwhelming is a very, very real thing for the brain. Definitely.
Choice paralysis.
Choice paralysis is very real. But come on, we can be more than just Steve Jobs with one t-shirt.
That is true. Different styles. We have the V-neck, we have the boat neck. Yeah. That's basic.
Okay, how about, I'm very curious to try, maybe just for, like, if it actually saved your avatar.
Yeah.
I would love to try and be Nelda to sort of finish this up and see how it feels.
How do I look like?
Yeah, I hope it saved your avatar, though.
Hopefully.
Let's see if it did.
If not, you just take a look at my photos.
Wait, my hands are upside down. That's weird. Let's see, appearance. Oh, yeah. Oh, Lola's very cute.
How do I look?
Cute and professional. Definitely.
I made it that way.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like me. Like this long, very straight hair is.
Yep.
It's sort of funny, or so I think that the fact that the hair goes through their body. I don't know if you noticed that, but it's definitely giving me a little bit of a weird sensation of like, why is my hair going through my chest?
You know, does it flow though? I didn't really move my head too much, but
there's a nice. They did a nice rendering. Yeah, the flow of the hair is very nice. And you know, as a developer, I know how hard it is to get these like interactions right.
You know what something that I'm starting to think about. What would the effect on the brain be if you see someone that you absolutely admire in the mirror? Do you embody their personality? Do you embody who they are? And all of a sudden, in your mind, it's
be a little bit more like them. Yeah, I would love to see more research on that, and that's definitely something that can be utilized in many different interesting ways, right? If you want to be a little bit more, maybe it doesn't even have to be someone famous or something, just somebody that you admire and want to be more like them, and just have that image of like, oh yeah, I'm this person. That's a great idea for now. Right? And there actually is something out there called Embody Me. We can sort of play with it maybe next time and explore that. You can sort of import pictures of people and see what you get. Yeah, that could be a nice thing to explore next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed our little cast. And we would really love to get more followers and especially more women on Twitch. Nilda was doing some research and found, I don't know if you remember the numbers.
I think only 20%.
20% of Twitch. I think, maybe even a bit less. So it's 80-something% are men. And right, the gaming industry is sometimes very male oriented, but VR has so many opportunities beyond what the standard games are, and this is really what we're trying to focus on: how we can utilize this technology to empower us and be what we want to be. Right, so much freedom out there.
Yeah. So it's almost like starting from you. Yeah. So might as well bring more people in.
Exactly. So thanks for watching, and see you. Bye-bye.
Bye. How do we stop it?